King Vegeta, Bardock, Kakarot, Vegeta, Raditz and Gine arrived on Earth. After successfully taking over the world, King Vegeta was dethroned by Bardock and the rebel forces, including Bulma, Master Roshi, Krillin, and many other fighters. It was a hard-fought battle. Even with the great army of the Demon King Piccolo, many fell, even ending with the death and the birth of a new one. The victorious Bardock wished for everyone on Earth to forget about the existence of the Saiyans. Now they all live peacefully, though Prince Vegeta is anxious about leaving Earth and once again trying to defeat Frieza. He, like many others before him, find hope in the Dragon Balls. The attack of the Saiyans begins now. If you'd like to support the channel, then be sure to check out our Patreon. Link is in the description. It has been 6 years since the defeat of King Vegeta. King Vegeta lives peacefully in the outskirts of West City. Bardock and Gine live by Gohan, making sure him and the rest of the warriors were okay, but never approaching. Goku and Chi-Chi live together, having a 1-year-old Gohan. After Goku approached her, the two began a relationship with Bulma and the other warriors who knew Chi-Chi, finding out about Goku and his strange monkey tail for the first time. Ever since Bardock and the rest wished for everyone's memory to disappear. One day, Vegeta approaches his father. He had something in his mind for a while, asking the king why he gave up so easily. King Vegeta tells him that he realized in that fateful battle for the Dragon Balls that his fighting spirit died when he realized that there was no one willing to stand by him.
A king whom no one knows is no king at all. Remember, son?
Vegeta was angry. He couldn't believe his father had given up. He would take it upon himself to escape this planet and defeat Frieza once and for all. Raditz and Vegeta traveled through the world looking for the Dragon Balls. No one knows exactly why, but one day, Vegeta shows up in front of Bulma at Capsule Corp. She is scared, as she doesn't know who this is. All her memories of the Saiyans haven't been erased. Vegeta explained that he isn't there to harm her. He's just there for the Dragon Balls and the Dragon Radar. Bulma refuses to give it up. She doesn't know what he'll do with them. Vegeta is getting angry and he begins to raise his ki, but a being zooms forward, punching Vegeta across the face. Raditz is surprised to realize that it was Piccolo. After the grand battle, he had been found by Dr. Briefs and raced to work at Capsule Corp while training in the gravity chamber Dr. Briefs had built for the battles against the Saiyans. Originally, he wanted to kill the person who killed his father, but the memory of who that was soon went away and he was just left an angry child. But Bulma and the rest took care of him, and over time, he slowly changed, growing to appreciate his family. Vegeta commented on how he was surprised to see this Namekian still around. Piccolo defended Bulma. Even if Vegeta was stronger, Vegeta didn't have time for this. All he wanted to do was kill Frieza and escape this rock. Vegeta seems defeated, like he had spent years of his life trying to leave, but he knew he wasn't strong enough. Bulma's heart sank. It seemed to her like he needed help. She asked just who Frieza was, and Vegeta replies that he's an evil emperor that destroyed his planet years ago. His tail, which had regrown after the battle, swung behind him. Bulma recognized that tail. It was the same tail as Goku, Chi-Chi's husband. She had known that girl for 6 years, but she didn't know where from. Same with Krillin, Tien, and the others. Where had these monkey-tailed aliens come from? She wanted to find out. Maybe through him, she could. Maybe she could help him. She tells Piccolo to stand down, that she's going to help Vegeta. Piccolo argues, but he finally gives in. Vegeta is surprised, as Bulma tells him that she will help him, but that she needs to know the wish. Vegeta says simply, "Immortality." Bulma laughed, but agreed to let him have the wish. Piccolo thought she was insane, but she said that they would leave and let her and the planet alone. It was a win-win. Bulma winked at Vegeta, who blushed. Thus, over the course of the next month, Vegeta, Raditz, Piccolo, and Bulma go out looking for the Dragon Balls. But this didn't go unnoticed by Goku and Bardock, who could feel their ki flying around everywhere. It was curious. They weren't sure what they were doing. Goku thought about approaching them, but Bardock stopped him, telling him that he has a suspicion, and that they'd go see King Vegeta to make sure. Meanwhile, Bulma and the rest were finding the Dragon Balls all over the world, with Bulma getting in a little bit of trouble here and there, being attacked by the boss Rabbit. Vegeta was forced to defend her, which surprised Raditz. Even 3 years ago, Vegeta would have simply let her die and used the Dragon Radar without her. Perhaps he didn't want to deal with Piccolo? He wasn't entirely sure, but it was clear to him that over time, Bulma and Vegeta were getting closer and closer. But it wasn't all peach and gravy. Piccolo and the Saiyans often fought each other, creating some sort of rivalry, even though they were aiming to kill sometimes. Each one of the members of this team got stronger and stronger. But back with Goku and Bardock, they approached King Vegeta and had a small conversation about the state of things. He seems quiet, older than he should be, like the years had really gotten to him. Finally, Bardock asked what exactly Vegeta was doing. That's when King Vegeta said,
Doing what neither of us could do, Bardock. Escaping and killing Frieza.
Bardock's eyes widened, realizing just exactly what they were flying all over Earth for. They needed to stop him, now. Worried about what Raditz might do, Bardock and Goku approached them as they collected a Dragon Ball from underwater. Gine had wished them luck, having created her own catering service over the past few years. Anyways, over the seas, Vegeta crossed his arms, while Bulma looked at him, Piccolo and Raditz, from within the submarine. Goku asked what the hell they were doing, and Vegeta said, escaping and defeating Frieza. Bardock said that this was a stupid idea, and they would just bring attention to Earth and get them all in danger. Vegeta was having none of it, however, and summoned both Raditz and Piccolo to fight them. Goku rushed in at Piccolo while Raditz took on Bardock. To their surprise, both were much stronger than expected. After all, Vegeta had been training with both of them in between fighting the Dragon Balls. But Goku and Bardock were pushing them back, to the point where Vegeta told them that if they were going to try to stop him, then they're gonna have to catch him first. He snatched the Dragon Radar from Bulma's submarine and rushed out. Bulma was freaking out. She couldn't believe what was happening. Bardock told Goku to go after him, but he was stopped by Piccolo and Raditz, told Bulma to get away, and he would explain things later, but she was hot-headed and went after Vegeta instead. Bardock too was stopped by Raditz. Goku laughed, having wondered just exactly how strong he would be. After all, his father wasn't that powerful. Piccolo's eyes widened, so this must have been the guy. Goku denied it. No, it was not him. In fact, he fought alongside him. But it was clear to Goku that Piccolo had already far surpassed his father. The two clashed overhead, while Bardock tried to reason with Raditz, telling him that his blind loyalty to Vegeta wasn't the right thing. Raditz shook his head. This wasn't blind loyalty. It was what he wanted to do. He wanted to leave this rock, take over planets like in the good old days, or at the very least, live without fear. He didn't understand how his father could just sit still. A better Saiyan would have taken over this planet already, just like King Vegeta had planned to long ago. Bardock was upset that Raditz was talking like this, and realized that he would have to teach him a lesson, rushing in to attack his son. But Raditz fired a double Sunday. Bardock was hit, but quickly recovered, grabbed his son in a full Nelson, and crashed downwards with him. Meanwhile, Piccolo and Goku actually seemed to be on par with one another. Bardock was watching the fight, and was blindsided by an attack from Raditz. The blast struck him and paralyzed him for a minute, while Raditz went up to the sky, grabs Goku, while Piccolo charged his own attack, the special beam cannon. He didn't aim to kill, just severely maim. But just as he fired it, Bardock pushed both of his sons out of the way, his arm being nearly destroyed as the attack hit him. At that moment, Bardock took the chance to talk to Piccolo, telling him exactly who they were, that they were Saiyans, and that the evil Emperor Frieza was going to come after them if he ever found out that they were there. Bardock and Goku both fought side by side with King Piccolo and Bulma, but their memories had to be erased in order to defeat King Vegeta. Vegeta was putting everyone, not just the Saiyans, at risk. Frieza was far more powerful than anyone they had ever seen. Piccolo was unconvinced until Goku mentioned Bulma, saying that Vegeta is just putting Bulma in danger. Piccolo had a hard time believing it. After all, he'd seen the way Bulma and Vegeta had been getting close, but he sighed. He knew they were right. But as Piccolo was about to join them, Raditz just continued telling him to attack. In response, Bardock appeared behind Raditz and chopped him in the back of the neck, knocking him out. Piccolo and Goku nodded at each other, rushing towards Vegeta once more. Vegeta goes on to find another Dragon Ball from within a volcano, with only one Dragon Ball left to find. Looking at the dragon radar, Vegeta realized that it was approaching him. His eyes widened to see Goku arrive with the final Dragon Ball, the 4-star. Bardock was carrying the unconscious Raditz, while a hurt Piccolo went along with Goku and Bardock. He had hurt them out, and understood why Vegeta should be stopped. He never agreed with his methods anyways, and thought Bulma was being ridiculous. The three began to battle against Vegeta, but he was far too strong for any of them individually. Once they began to work together, however, it became easier, and Vegeta was being pushed back. It was impressive just how quickly Vegeta could adapt to fighting 3 people, using every part of his body to fight. His tail, his arms, and his legs. He had improved so much since the last time they fought, clearly being able to read ki now. It came to a point where he was surrounded, Goku firing the Kamehameha, Bardock his Rebellion Blaster, and Piccolo the Makan Kozapo. But Vegeta dodged in such a way that they actually nearly struck each other. Vegeta laughed, rushing towards Piccolo, kneeing him in the stomach, then throwing him at Bardock. Goku and Vegeta stared each other down, taking their battle stances and crashing against each other, rocks breaking apart around them. In the meantime, Bulma chased after them. It was hard to keep up, but she had a rough idea of where the Dragon Ball Vegeta was looking for was at. She cursed under her breath, wondering to herself if what they were saying about Vegeta was true, but above that, worrying if he was okay. Bulma caught up to them and demanded to know what was happening, but Vegeta told her to shut up and give him the Dragon Ball she had. It was clear that he was losing his grip. They tried to tell him to calm down, that it was gonna be okay. They could find another way to defeat Frieza, but he refused, with Bardock getting in the way between Vegeta and Bulma. Vegeta began to take steps backwards and laugh, taking something in his hand. Bardock told him to stop, but Vegeta threw something at the sky, saying,
"Burst open and mix!"
Thinking quickly, Bardock grabbed his own tail and ripped it off, but it was too late for Kakarot, as he and the prince transformed into an Ozaru. Vegeta laughed as Goku began to rampage and the battle began. Bardock told Piccolo to come and help him. They battled the Ozaru, trying to take off their tails, but Ozaru Vegeta was way too strong and way too fast. Bulma tried pleading with Vegeta to stop, that this wasn't right, as Bardock told him to be careful. Thankfully, Piccolo was having an easier time against Goku, becoming giant and battling the Ozaru. He managed to push him back, grabbed him by the tail, spun him, and threw him off, ripping his tail clean off and defeating the monster. But this only made Vegeta angrier. Vegeta fired various blasts at the two. Piccolo did everything he could to dodge out of the way, but one landed, and he was sent hurling into the ground, creating a huge crater. Bulma was getting really freaked out, running out of her ship and continuing to yell at Vegeta. Bardock kept yelling at Bulma to get out of here, that this is too dangerous. She refused. She believed in Vegeta. Bardock and Ozaru Vegeta blasted at each other, creating a beam struggle that blew trees away from their roots. But Vegeta defeated Bardock, nearly breaking his other arm. Goku slowly regained consciousness and couldn't believe that they were still fighting Vegeta, as he began to stomp harder and harder until Bulma tripped and her eyes widened. Suddenly, Vegeta's heart sank. He screamed a pained no and kneeled down, scooping Bulma up. She was dying. He could feel her ki falling. He had stepped on her. Piccolo cursed, rushing in to fight Vegeta, but he was simply ignoring his attacks. Over the course of the Dragon Ball hunt, he had gotten so close to Bulma. She treated him like a person, not just a monster. Bardock flew up to Piccolo, stopping him and talking to Vegeta. He said,
"You see, Vegeta, this wasn't the answer. Frieza can wait. We need to keep a low profile. We can't interact with these humans."
"No, we can't. Your son married a human. I just wanted to leave this rock, defeat Frieza and escape. I don't want to live in fear."
Well, it's too late now.
The words of his father returned to him for a moment, about a king whom no one remembers. He finally understands his father, and he was right. A king is nothing without the people who stand by him, people to fight for. No, it's not over. Vegeta took back the artificial moon, shrinking it and de-transforming. As Bulma's body laid peacefully, Vegeta took the final Dragon Ball from Goku and summoned the dragon.
"I am the Eternal Dragon. Why have you summoned me?"
Vegeta, no!
Eternal Dragon! I wish for Bulma to be returned to life.
Your wish is granted.
Bardock and the rest stood speechless. He gave up his own wish of immortality as the Dragon Balls spread and Bulma slowly woke up. Vegeta looked away from everyone. He hoped that this was the last time he ever saw them. As Bardock was about to ask something, Vegeta flew away. Raditz quickly followed, even though Bardock tried to stop him. Goku put a hand on Bardock, shaking his head. The two eventually explained everything to Bulma, where they came from, why they're here, and why Vegeta knew about the Dragon Balls. Bulma was pissed that her memories were tampered with, but even more upset about what Vegeta did. She grew to know him as a person she could love. She couldn't believe that this was him. Bardock took Bulma and Piccolo back to Capsule Corp, telling them that they will meet again. Bulma went to her window and wondered where Vegeta had gone. Far away, deep in space, Vegeta stood over the body of a green alien. He had his head cut off. Vegeta's panting, tired, blood on his glove. It was clear that he had just massacred whoever that was. Raditz wraps his tail around his waist once more. He too is standing over a body. This one, a purple man. Raditz asked who was next. Vegeta said that it didn't matter. All of them had to perish, one way or the other. Vegeta had been hunting down members of the Frieza Force, though he knew it was impossible to get them all. Soon enough, he would be ready to face off against Frieza. As we skip ahead and see how Vegeta blasts away Zarbon and Dodoria, making his way through the castle. Vegeta and Raditz take steps forward in the throne room of Frieza. They both take a knee.
Prince Vegeta, what an honor. I had thought your family had died. I'm glad to have you here to serve me once more.
Serve you? No. I'm here to kill you.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'm really excited to see how the Frieza saga will turn out. I thought this would be a cool way to do our very own version. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to like, share, and comment. Especially share with friends who like Dragon Ball. The like goal for this video is 3,000 likes. I gotta thank What If Universe for editing this video, and Professor Shimp for helping me out with the story. And of course, thank you to my Patreons. I wouldn't be able to put these videos out without you guys. So if you'd like to support the channel and help the videos come out faster and better than ever, then consider becoming a Patreon. Thank you to True Lightning Striker, Squad 100, Ghost 1571, PJ9D III, Lee Urquides, Daddy Bear 103, Gabriel Scott, Kaiser Jirachi, Jonas Paulis, Orange Bag YT, Trent Rolls, D-Man Plays 22, Jim G, Jerma Foster, Oscar Final 1396, D Miles, The Gaming Galaxy, Dakota Kaiser, Keith Grimes, Thayer 45, Celestia, Dreadpool, Phil J. Akir, The Baked Potato, and the real Samuel Randall. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, see ya!